In this video, we're going to talk about the Deviant being exposed. It is a shocking reveal, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of Rat City, issue number 8, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. Now, previously in Rat City, as the chairman's plans are slowly starting to be revealed, PTS forces are closing in on Quinlan and the Deviant. So we begin this issue with this reporter named Alana Z, and she's reporting breaking news about the Deviant being out in the streets of Manhattan. And it's in a time that the Deviant was sighted in Rat City, now it's in Inwood. Now, despite his dangerous proclivities to New Yorkers, seems things to be taking a stride. But she wonders, what about the PTS? Pharmatech Solutions is the global leader in medicine, and now that they have this Deviant loose on the streets, I mean Dr. Bose, and that's who she's standing next to, the person that wants to study the Deviant, but he has no idea what he really is. She's asking him, are the rumors true that Dr. Lieutenant Kenyon was a victim of some mad scientist experimentation you were heading up there? And he's like, damn, hold the fuck up, like how the hell you know all that? So Dr. Bose is like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. PTS has contracts with many world governments and I cannot divulge any information that will compromise our work. And she's like, oh, okay, so what do you want to do then when you capture him? Well, we want to help him. We want to contain him because we're doing everything in our power to help the Deviant. And she's like, contain. Her word, not mine. What do you mean by that? So she's pressing him hard, and Dr. Bose is getting very uncomfortable with all that questioning, all that bull jive. But he was just like, yo man, who the hell leaked all that information to you? But meanwhile, in Switzerland, the chairman is watching nice and well in this comfortable chair, looking at Dr. Bose getting interrogated like crazy by the reporter. And the chairman is also looking at the Deviant, has footage on him. He seems to know exactly where he's at. So he tells the other person on the other line, good work leaking the story to the press, Victoria. That should keep Dr. Bose out of our hair for a little while. Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. We're all set to proceed here. And now we get a glimpse of who Victoria is. And she's like, oh, I could tell Dr. Bose is hating this interview right now. And Chairman, he's very focused. He's like, do not gloat, Victoria. Keep your focus on the mission. All right, so proceed with the mission. So Victoria tells her assistant driver like, hey, okay, the chairman gave the okay. Let's move, people. And they deploy their cars. And we get Quinlan's narration saying that most people think PTS is just a bunch of eggheads in a lab. But they don't know about the military hardware, the private army, or how the chairman basically has nuclear codes. They were stupid to think that they would be safe in that storage unit. And Dr. Bose wants to cut off the interview. He's furious that he knows the security is being deployed. So meanwhile, in the U-Store facility, Quinlan is building up some tech using Peter Kayarn's old school technology that's older than Quinlan's grandfather. So Quinlan tells Peter that don't worry, this is all on a closed circuit system right now. I've got basic info coming in. It'll be automatically sent out that PTS cannot track us. And Peter Kayarn's like, man, this is way above my pay grade. You hold down the fort. I'm going to go get some West. All right. And did I say West? I mean rest. It's early in the morning. All right. Forgive your boy. I haven't had my coffee yet. So Quinlan is like, Peter, thanks for saving me. And Peter's like, yeah, of course, man. That's what Reeves would have done. Reeves and Quinlan were lovers at that one point. So 3 minutes later, Quinlan gets breaking news that local authorities are cautious about searching for the Deviant and Wally. Quinlan, Wally, and Quinlan is shocked about that. But Quinlan didn't want to alarm Peter, so Quinlan kept that to himself. Because Peter Kayarn deserved to be rested. He wanted Peter to get some rest, especially since his body was still getting used to the suit and what it could do. So Peter releases a leg compression and lays down, and Quinlan is pissed at himself for being complacent, thinking that they'll be safe anywhere from PTS. But what's that they say? Ain't no rest for the weary. So meanwhile, Victoria's like, Chairman, if I may ask, why didn't you send the security team out when Dr. Bose and Nomics first located Quinlan, Wally, and Peter Kayarn? And Chairman is like, okay, look, the good doctors have priorities that don't align with mine. And what about the leaks? Victoria asks, that they put loads of data out there. Certainly that would. And Chairman's all cool and collected. And we get a little bit of a little background on who the chairman may actually be. And we're going to go into that later. So Chairman's like, Wally's leak is old news to anyone of consequence. And anything dumped on the dark web can be easily scrubbed with a few keystrokes. And Chairman's like, as for the Deviant, that is Lieutenant Karen, Bose and his team wish to capture and study him. They want to dissect him to find out what he really is. But I already know what he is. And Victoria's like curiously asking him, well, what is he? Well, I'll tell you, he's pure evil from the depths of hell, and he must be destroyed. Do you understand, Victoria? Yes, sir. Good lethal measures are authorized on this. So someone from YouTube, and I forget who the name of the gentleman is, that commented that he has a theory that as Spawn issues are going, this is obviously a tie into the Spawn universe. He believes that with Jason Wynn's affiliation with the agency in the Spawn comic series has these experimentation with Jessica Priest, and he's using the agency to fight supernatural and sell weapons to the highest bidder, as well as cloning mechanical cyborgs. There's a potential chance that Jason Wynn might upload his conscience into a machine. There's a theory that the chairman could possibly be Jason Wynn, and Victoria, that may be Jessica Priest. I think it's a stretch that Jessica Priest may be Victoria in the future. We don't know yet, we'll find out, but I think it's a slam dunk excellent theory that Jason Wynn may be the chairman. That might be a spoiler, but we can all theorize here until the reveal happens, right? So with all that being said, we're gonna get right back into this. So Quinlan kind of works up some gadgets as defenses to kind of give him the edge. If PTS is on their tail, Quinlan's gonna know about it. So in this panel right here, the reporter from earlier that interrogated the hell out of Dr. Bose gets footage that their drone is catching PTS on the southwest side of Rat City. So she wants to stay on it because she believes they're finding the Deviant and Quinlan right now. So Quinlan is like, I figure these motion sensors could give us a heads up if PTS or anyone else is trying to get in. So Quinlan sticks him on the door. So I was damn tired, but every time I close my eyes, Quinlan sees Reese and the Deviant Hellspawn in futuristic form. Spawn 2099, if you will. And that's probably not gonna get any traction because whatever, we're just gonna say that. But Quinlan wonders if Reese would have became the Deviant if he survived. Quinlan can't think of any way of Reese being like that because Quinlan doesn't want to taint the memory of Reese. So the ground shakes, Quinlan opens the door. Quinlan wonders what the hell is going on. Now the reporter is getting breaking news from the drone up above. Yes, what could this be? The cars are here, they're heavily armed, artillery is ready to be formed. Now they're ready to be locked and loaded. So why is PTS silent on this matter? Why did they want to do this and not report it to the news? And that's what the reporter is asking. Early in the evening, I interviewed Dr. Bose about his progress in the Deviant, and before the reporter can conclude that, or at least finish that sentence, PTS shoots down the drone, preventing them from getting any further footage. But PTS was only one of their problems. Peter always said the suit would react instinctively. He didn't even have to be awake for it to happen. But that meant he had no control. And Quinlan's like, aw snap, it's about to go down. PTS is outside. So Quinlan goes to wake up Peter, but it is too late because Peter is already like, I will handle this. Is it Peter saying that, or is it Al Simmons Spawn 2099 in the future? But before we go any further, I just want to let you know that this video is sponsored by coffee because I do these reviews early in the morning before I take my kids to school. So if you'd like to buy a boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to RatedComics YouTube channel. But with all that being said, let's get back into the content. So Quinlan's like Peter right before Peter is about to do some action right now. But Quinlan's like, I don't know what he's about to do because the suit's taking over. It's not really Peter. But since PTS was already here, it didn't matter if I sent the message to the outside world, right? So Victoria's like, we're getting to the position. We're about to strike it now. Assume the position. This is the chairman's go. We're going to go all hell on him. And here's another foreshadowing that the chairman said that I believe that the gentleman who commented that chairman might be Jason Wynn in the future says this: when the chairman authorizes Victoria to thanks for letting them know about all this, remember, go full scorched earth on them. Come on now, is that some kind of foreshadowing? What do you think? So right away they're locked and loaded, safety's off, they're ready to go, and she's like, we're not gonna disappoint the chairman on this. Let's do this. And even she looks a little bit like a Hellspawn right now. You know, maybe it's plausible that she could be Jessica Priest in the future. We don't know, but I'm curious how all this played out. So the reporter and her camera guy is wondering where the picture's at. Alana's looking for the picture. So Quinlan's like, if Alana Z, the reporter's looking for a scoop, I can hack into her feed and show her what we're up against. PTS wouldn't dare attack us if the world is watching. So Quinlan asks, how would you like your exclusive? She sets up a link and she links it to that link. And Victoria's eyepiece was all that Quinlan needed to show the world what they were up against. And Victoria's like, you see what I see, chairman? Let's do this. Hellspawn action time, kicks down the door, and Victoria's like, oh man, it is really him. What do you mean by that, actually, Jessica Priest? Gosh, I mean, okay, at first I didn't believe it, but now that I'm reading this, yes, I think it's definitely plausible. So now it's time to show the world who the Deviant is in its most brutal form. And the chairman is pissed off watching. He's like, Victoria, kill him now. Now, Quinlan's gonna later regret uploading this feed for the world to see, and Quinlan's gonna regret that for the rest of Quinlan's life. So now they're in front of the camera, the picture's clear, they fire away, and Hellspawn action is just like, those bullets ain't doing nothing to me, bro. Now, I wish there was more to the story in this issue, because I hate to say it, but that is the end of Rat City, the Deviant Exposed. Shocking reveal. Rat City, issue number 8. Now, that's what I mean by the Deviant being exposed, because at this point in this issue, in this comic series, they had very little glimpse on who the Deviant is. Now the Deviant's looking like that for the world to see. What you guys think of this comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other limited print Rated Comics exclusives and or any other comic books to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. But with all that being said, thank you again for watching. Until next time.